Yeah, but for me, it's like, oh my god. Normally, I could speak like very long without any issues, but like my lips is really really bad shape today because if you have a cracked lips before, you will understand.
Yeah,
like if you just
I
like
understand that
yeah
too.
spread mouth, even if you smile a little bit, I was smiling so weirdly today because my lips were so painful whenever I smile.
This is a very enjoyable conversation, to be honest, in many
Yeah,
cases. So yeah,
yeah.
But either way, it's a long time we haven't hang out like this.
True.
Yeah, I still remember like back in the days that we're still playing like X Hero Siege.
Oh yeah, for
the
context, like
day,
we have
morning to
knew
night.
Just for context for everyone that's listening in, like we knew each other for more than 20 years, by the way. So that's we go way back.
Hello there everyone, my name is Kiray Vacuo and I'm your host and your voice with a voice here to entertain you and may not have no idea what the heck I'm doing and one of the tangents start yapping about. Hello there everyone. And the guy next to me.
Hey there. So I'm Ice Kirin. So thank you for inviting me to the podcast. I think I'm the first appearance in this program. So yeah, nice to meet you.
And nice to meet you too. This will be my first ever revival episode of the VoidCast podcast. Technically, I'm not even sure this thing is called podcast or just talk shows. I kind of like want to become talk shows, but it also work as a podcast at the same time.
Yes.
So yeah, like generally this particular VoidCast is just going to be just people sitting here, enjoy talking what they want to talk. Can be like hobbies, can be like some things like precedent thingly like happening around, or like funny stuff, or just general story that people want to share.
Yep. Basically, we just talk whatever we want.
Yep. It's like a vacation from like content creations.
That's great.
So yeah, generally we start with a little bit of like the beginning part. So I would normally say like anything like the interest of the week, but we don't really have to talk too much about interest of the week. Everyone kind of already know what is the interest of the week. And then let's like hop along to the next one. Like like the games that we are playing. Like what kind of games are playing right now? Like recently.
Oh, that's a lot, to be honest. To be fair, my PC was in quite a pinch in a few weeks ago, so I can't really play very high-end, let alone, like, not even high-end games, let alone, like, Dota 2 and League of Legends. I couldn't even start those games because somehow my motherboard has is broken, and I have to fix that before I'm able to play. So I've been using GeForce Now to actually play some other games. For example, to be honest, I think I already spent mostly around 40 to 50 hours in Crimson Desert. And you know what? I'm still in the first area. The game is very, very famous for being very big. And I'm still in the first area. It's like on the first map. So yeah, even though it's like 50 hours into the game, it's quite interesting, to be honest. I would say it's like a modern Skyrim. Yeah, that game is actually pretty fun, to be honest. Yeah.
Oh, speaking about modern Skyrim, have you kind of like played that Skyrim that is like heavily modded to the point that it's just a new game?
No, to be honest, right? If I can pull my Steam playtime to you can see that the Skyrim Definite Edition, it's just a single-digit hours playtime from me. So I literally didn't even finish the second chapter of the game.
Yeah, for me, I just played the modded things. I didn't even finish Skyrim. I've more into Fallout than Skyrim, actually. I'm not really sure why. I think it's kind of like the first game I played back in the days.
Yeah, it's good. Fallout, and as we know, Skyrim and Fallout is from Bethesda. So they've been keep releasing a lot of good games at that era. I would say the Bethesda era is that they literally just like pumping out good games until it's not anymore.
Yeah, that can be an issue. But yeah, so far like the games that I play at Crimson Desert, things and that. And Any other things else?
Yes. Actually, other than that, because I used to be a streamer for a while back then. I think I streamed the games during the COVID era. We are like basically 2020 and 2021. So back then I mainly streamed Wild Rift. So as those who knows, Wild Rift is a mobile game that is developed by Riot Games that is based on League of Legends. So I've been streaming that for maybe for 1 whole year until my phone starting to have some problems, and then my internet has been acting up here and there, so it makes me very hard to stream. And then the COVID has been releasing as well, so I went to do a full-time job, and I actually kind of abandoned my channels from that on. So now, other than Wild Rift, actually I went back to Wild Rift and see it's in a horrible state. So I don't really want to go back Wild Rift anymore. And then for the past few weeks, I actually trying to get back into the mobile space. So I actually went to play Mobile Legend. So as those who have been playing mobile game before, MOBA, yep, then you know Mobile Legends is like one of the biggest name out there. And then to be honest, if you want me to compare Mobile Legends and Wild Rift, I would prefer Wild Rift, to be honest. But
but Southeast Asia is actually like the biggest one is the Mobile Legend.
Exactly. Yes.
Even like that, like have you heard about like that thing, like the scandal happening in like the Thailand one?
Oh yes, of course. I believe anyone who has been playing Mobile Legend know that. Even though I didn't play Mobile Legend at that time, like when the scandals happened, I've been following it because as you know, Malaysian women, the women esport team for Mobile Legend actually win against Philippines on that particular on that particular tournament. So I believe we were quite informed. And then the scandal itself is, well, I think it actually revolved into something that actually involved jail time for both of the players, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah, it's basically like it's really big too. It's like I can't believe like people cheat on such a big like Olympic level game.
Yeah, exactly. Yes.
It's like, speaking about cheating Olympic, like we haven't really seen anyone cheat in Olympic before. So saying this, like the Mobile Legend thing is actually like I legitly find this like amazing. That is like first time ever see this thing happens.
It's not only that. It's like imagine if you're representing your country, and then you actually have the capability to be in that team itself. I'm actually quite surprised why she would actually ask her, I think it's boyfriend or friend, I don't remember that. It's basically another pro player to actually play in her place, which I find a little bit weird because like she's in a position where she are representing the country, and even if for me, I would be so proud even if I actually lose, to be honest. Yeah, I would be disappointed if I lose, but like I wouldn't resort to cheating, to be honest. Yeah.
Yeah, and using TeamViewer out of everything.
Yes.
I was like, how did she cheat? And then the TeamViewer, oh, wait, what?
Yeah. That was very funny.
Well, it's like a good advertisement for TeamViewer. Zero delay.
If you want to cheat, you better use TeamViewer. It almost never get caught. If not because of some other, I believe there's something that that they caught on something. That's why they.
No, she's bad at it because she never cheats before in a tournament.
Yeah.
That's like her first time cheating in the tournament, and then she did it so badly.
Yeah, so that's why if you want to cheat, use TeamViewer.
Yeah. That thing aside, since like you start to like doing lots of content again, like have you had any like set schedule you're going to start in the future?
Actually, yes. I wouldn't say it's fixed yet because I still have my full-time job. Basically, I'm just starting back as a hobby because I actually love streaming. But back then, because of what I mentioned, everything started adding up, and then I couldn't really fix it on that particular moment. And then I went to get a full-time job. So right now, I actually start streams about, I would say, 8 on the night, 8 p.m., 8 in the evening. Maybe I'll stream around 2 to 3 hours. For the weekday, it will be Tuesday until Thursday. For the weekend, I'll just stream on Sunday, but it will be a longer stream. Most probably, I'll start around 3 or 4, all the way until 10 in the night.
Well, normally I just...
Oh, by the way, I'll just be playing Mobile Legends.
Ew, League player! yeah. The super toxic chat in there still exists in there.
Yes, it does.
And for me, is I treat my stream like a 9-to-5 job sometimes. And technically, it is my 9-to-5 job at this point. So yeah, I'm doing like lots of like art commission stuff. Technically, I'm free at the moment, so like anyone want to commission me on artwork, you guys always can. And I also stream the work like live to kind of like show off my art skill and also prevent people say like thief, like that kind of things happening. So I generally do those things. But I stream in a much more weirder way. Most people kind of like focus on one thing. I kind of like everywhere. It's like my 1-day stream involved like at first play 2-hour games and then spend 1 hour on just chat and then spend like the rest of the hour just like doing the drawing stuff. So it's literally just not from 9, sometimes earlier than 9. I've been having trouble waking up, but still. Generally, it's just like starting on 9, playing games, and then do just chat, and then after just chat, I had to go to like drawing until 5, and then I will be like ending the stream. Yeah. Super high stamina stream.
It's good to have a variety, because if you just stream for long hours with just doing the same thing, you just burn out anyway.
So yeah, then the games that I play recently is actually Arrowcraft. If you guys don't know what Arrowcraft is, basically it's the hardest mod pack in Minecraft. And also the second one is recently I'm getting back to Wuthering Wave. Mainly Zani's in the pool.
What?
Wuthering Wave.
Oh, Wuthering Wave. I see.
Yeah,
you mean Gathering Wife?
I don't need Gathering a wife. I only got one wife, and Zani's there. Like at the moment, Zani is in the pool, so I have to like try my best to get as much as possible. So yeah, and then there's also like a big update later on too. So yeah, that one have to like prepare for it too. I heard a lot of people say that Alpha is like getting into like Wuthering Wave, and then I was like, well, what? Alpha is getting Wuthering Wave? But I didn't hear any news. And then I look at like the new characters is supposed to be on next update. I was like, yep, this is Alpha with bigger boobs.
For me, I believe I quit Wuthering Wave after before I even go to 3.0. I think I already quit. I think I quit after I got, who was that again? The resonator, the second resonator. Who was that? The second fam. I actually can't remember her name.
Yang?
No, not that. The second, or I say that, the legendary kind of the one with the unicorn horn. Where's the girl again?
I don't remember any girl with unicorn horn.
Oh, Florderis, yes. Florderis.
Oh, that one.
Catatia. Yeah, Catatia. Yeah. Yes. It just came back to me. So basically, I quit after I got her. To be honest.
Yeah, for me, like my strongest team is still her. Like the win team is still the strongest one. Even though I got like Zani, but I don't really have like, good comp for like the light team. So everyone like come to my stream, they know that I love Zani. They'd be like, "Why Zani is not in the team?" I was like, "I don't have people to play with."
So you didn't get Phoebe, because I believe you need Phoebe to play with Zani.
Yeah, like you call it Phoebe, I call it Phobia.
Yeah, it's I've
Phoebe.
Yeah, I think a lot of people are pronouncing her as Phoebe. Yeah.
Oh, I guess my English.
No, it's
My
fine.
English
It's fine.
pronunciation. I
Because
keep
her name is a little bit funny anyway. I believe the why it's called Phoebe is like basically the pronunciation is the same as a phoenix. You know, it's like PHOE. It's
Oh.
same with a phoenix as well.
I thought it was a phobe.
Yeah. The name is a little bit. Yeah, you know English.
Yeah.
English is just doing English stuff.
Yeah, like that thing. But what was I talking about again? Oh yes, like those kind of things. So I've been like getting into like Wuthering Wave, Yada stuff. So that is like generally what I do gaming. I've been doing less drawing content lately, is because like I don't like at the moment I don't have a job for like doing like drawing stuff. Usually I get lots of commissions. I guess the economy nowadays is a little bit harder for people like commission me stuff. It's like it's still at the end like $60 to $100 stuff. When it comes to animation, it would be like more than $200 hit. So yeah, it's hella expensive. So usually I get like one job is like enough for me for like half a month or like entire month.
Yeah, it's pretty tough for artists to actually go for it from at this point because as you know, there's a lot of AIs coming up. So what do you think about the AI thing anyway?
Oh, AI stuff. Actually, the funny thing is like I would still continue shit on AI if big company use it, but if just a random like one-man team streamers or like content creators or anyone, you know, just random, like imagine like my brothers or like my family, like they use AI stuff, I would actually encourage them using it for mundane shit. Because
it help.
Do you know why? AI never really scared me in the first place because I used to study engineering, so I know like how the ins and out how this thing works in the first place. So the incredible amount of electricity bill and how much like resources, when I say resources, like how much RAM itself have to run one mundane questions is like, why is my underwear brown colors? Like they will essentially use up so much resources on that mundane question itself, like the most useless question in the world. Like imagine you pay like $20 like premium like monthly for ChatGPT and stuff, or like Claude or something like that. Like that questions spends like $200.
Imagine, man, you're just like asking why do I have to wear this underwear and it costs like $200 to the company. It's just so funny.
You just pay like $20 and then you wasted like $200 worth by asking one mundane questions. So fun fact, it's not exactly everyone not using AI that is making like crashing like the AI bubble. Ironically, it's actually the AI bro is the one that kind of like crashing the entire AI bubble because they keep using it for mundane shit. They keep promoting, like, try to commercialize for everyone, keep telling people like, how good AI is, and then they keep overusing it on like the most stupidest thing in the world, and then kind of like overload the place, so they have to now like AI have to like keep build more AI centers. They have to keep doing this, doing that, and then the money is basically just wasted on like I say again, like the most mundane shit in the world. So it's like wasting lots of resources and gaining negative money at the moment. So yeah,
I believe the RAM price is driving down as well right now. So hopefully you drive down, because I actually want to buy a new PC soon. So
you already can buy a long time ago. Trust me. The thing is like the RAM price driving up is just the high end RAM. If you know how to find the number properly, actually the medium range like RAM, the price barely changed. In fact, it becomes cheaper.
Oh, I didn't know about it.
And the medium price RAM and then the high end price RAM, the price back then is just maybe like $50 or $60 like extra dollars. So in a lot of people's eyes, it's like that 5% increase. Yes, literally. 5% increase of performance is like, okay, why don't I just like shell out like maybe like $40 more to get like a better RAM? So that is the case. But now that 5% increase have become like you have to shell out like maybe an extra 1,000 to actually get it. So why do you even have to buy the high end in the first place? Just get a medium range. It doesn't really change that much. So yeah.
So basically, I'm just looking around because the funding is not here yet. So I'm still not in a hurry to actually buy the PC. But hopefully the price will just like drive down even further because my friend told me it's like he built a PC is just like maybe using around $1,500 just for that particular PC, and then that was a very very good PC, you know, as if like he's using 5070 RTX 5070, and then he's still able to manage to get a Ryzen 7 with a 32 GB RAMs. I think the speed is around 4008, and then yeah, he actually managed to build that like within $1,500 US, which is pretty impressive to be honest. That was like way before the price hike, like maybe around October last year.
Yeah, he got lucky. But technically, if you really want to build a PC, it's not like shopping in like the usual place. Like, what if you really want to build a PC right now? You just go and look at Alibaba. Not Alibaba, AliExpress. You will find the perfect PC part. This is the problem is like you do have to find it in the same group of people. Like you have to collect all the parts because the shipping fee, like if you just buy individually in other places, is going to be very very expensive. But
yeah.
If you just like one lump buy all the part in that one seller, you actually have a really decently affordable like computers.
Yeah. It's basically just the same with my girlfriends buying all the stuff in Alibaba, and then just like she'll just ask me, hey, do you have anything to add on? Because I'm still like 50 ringgits away, you know, in Malaysia. It's like I'm still like 50 ringgits away from this free delivery, like or like something like maybe a free courier delivery stuff, something like that. And then she'll just ask me like, hey, do you have anything to add on? I was like, yeah, maybe just add in this and that useless shit as we always bought. Then yeah, basically it's up until you reach a certain monetary value. Yeah, monetary value. Then it will actually give you free shipment.
Yeah, that's why like I never really bother about the RAM price stuff because I know it doesn't really affect any other people on like Southeast Asia or like on the Asia side of things because we can use AliExpress. American can't.
Yeah, true.
So yeah, like I was never bothered by the price that much. Long as we don't look at like the Western side of the import that much, we technically doesn't affect us.
Oh, but it does affect American a lot.
Yep. Sadly for them, because I got a lot of people that used to like commission me a lot. They say they can't, they don't have money to buy art. Like art at the end is just luxury, so I'm fine with that. Just focusing on your medical bill.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Now that the medical bill in there already skyrocket, and then like now is even more. So I'd be like, if you want to buy medications, like just go and buy your medication. Don't need to waste money on me.
That is something that I'm actually glad that I'm a Malaysian because in Malaysia
it's
basically
free!
Yeah, our government hospital is like one of the top in the region. So
not just in the region. Technically, if you see like all ASEAN, ours is literally still on like I'm not like glazing anything. It's actually on like the top 3.
Yeah. What I mean like in the region is like among like Southeast Asia, like in the Asia part of the world. So like we are not comparing like other continent. We are just saying about Asia continent. We are actually a part of like the top medical service like that is available right now. So even we are even a step. I'm so sorry, but we are. Well, according to the journal, we are a step ahead of Singapore. Even some of the Singapore doctor will actually
they'll start flipping table now. The moment you say that.
Sorry.
Yeah, again, like speaking about Singapore and like Malaysia's like kind of like low key rivalry is really funny. It's because like there's a lot of time we just shitting on each other, but on globally, Malaysia is gosh dang invisible.
Yeah, but recently because of all the things that's going on, I believe we are actually getting some of the spotlight globally as well. Like not really that huge, because as you have seen the news, we are the first one to actually get out of the Trump negotiation, like all the tariff shit and everything. So we are the first one that actually get out of the of the deal. Yeah.
Oh yeah, by the way, there's like one particular things I do want to like focusing a little bit. It's like a funny gag, to be honest. Like, if I've been through like lots of places and talked with a lot of people, I found out this one very particular thing is like everyone know Thailand. Okay, I asked them where Thailand is. They can't even point where Thailand is. Okay, and then on the western side of people, okay, people on Europe, people on American, and then I asked them like, oh, you know where Thailand is? Okay, point me like where like Singapore is. They can point where Singapore is. Do you know where Malaysia is? They have no idea.
Yeah, of course.
That's the weirdest thing. We are right smack there between them, but nobody actually know what Malaysia is.
Yeah. Well, we are actually comparatively, we are actually a very small nation compared to all the other nations. So even I know like Singapore is much smaller than us, but you know, as before all those hoo-ha that's going on globally right now, Malaysia is actually quite like what you say. We are quite invisible in the international stage. So I'm actually quite glad that we actually get something
recognition lately
on. Lately, due to Trump. But
for
honest,
me, it's like due to Michelle Yeoh.
Yeah, Michelle Yeoh
lots of people actually start hearing like what where Malaysia is because the movie like Rich Asians. And also like the Michelle Yeoh get like the Oscar Emmy award, like yeah stuff. And then people like keep talking about her. Every single Malaysian just say like this, and then like everyone starts to know that where Malaysia is. And also Uncle Rogers too.
Yeah, not only Uncle Rogers. If you know, Ronald Chang is actually
from the Daily Show
based in Johor. Yeah, based in Johor as well. But back then, But now he's literally in American right now. But yeah, that's a lot of comedian that's actually like all the actor comedian is actually coming from Singapore. Malaysia as well.
It's easy. Our accent is very funny.
Yeah. In fact, people will actually mistakes that we are from Singapore because like our accent, like Malaysia and Singapore, is very, very similar in terms of how we speak English.
Oh, don't worry lah. We can talk like this, and then they immediately know. We add a lot of Malay into it. Technically, I don't have Malay in my Malaysian accent. Like a lot of people actually like found this like really funny. That it's like I don't sound like Malaysian most of the time until like I talk to another fellow Malaysians, and then I start to speak like that, and then they'll be like, "Holy shit, you can talk like that." I'll be like, "Yeah." Generally, there's also another mistake about like how we speak. Uncle Roger kind of like exaggerated a little bit, but also same time he didn't. You know,
oh, of course.
Like
yeah.
The way he speak, like obviously it have a little bit of exaggeration, but also same time that is like if you meet anyone in overseas that is a Malaysians, they speak normal English like me. But when you go to Malaysia, speak to lots of people, they all talk like this.
Oh yeah. In fact, because due to the nature of my work, I speak to a lot of international players, not literally players as in the game players, because basically my full time work requires me to talk to a lot of top brass of the government. So that's why I could speak much, I would say, decent English. But if you want me to revert back to the Malaysian accent, I can do that anytime as well.
Yeah, that's the thing is like, people go out overseas and work. Definitely is because they're confident at their English, so they go to overseas and work. This is why you can hear lots of people in overseas, even though they are Malaysians, they do not have that signature like Malaysian accents. But if you go to Malaysia, it's obviously because they are not confident at English, then they stay in Malaysia lah. So
for a lot of my friends, because I have a lot of overseas friends. So what happened is when they heard about us Malaysian, they always have one impression. It's like um, our language is so diverse that we can speak more than we can speak at least two language. So like normally averagely I would say most of us able to speak at least three, but not averagely if you want to say that Malaysian I would say around 2.5 type of language.
All
So
you
even
can
for me
say
right now,
is really specifically is like Malaysian Chinese can speak three, Indian can speak three, and then like Malay, just by minimum they know two.
yeah.
Yeah.
But one of my Malay friend actually know like 4 language. Like that's insane.
Yeah, I also got a Malay friend like know how to speak in Hindu and like Chinese.
Yeah. So one of my Malay friend, he actually know how to speak English, Malay of course Malay, and then Chinese as well as Japanese. So like that's very very insane. He actually worked as a translator in customer service for a bank, and for any dispute that is related to Japanese clients. So he'll be the one that is actually resolve it. So because he's very well versed in Japan, in Japanese.
Oh, about speaking diversity in like a language, do you consider like if like Chinese people actually have like lots of like different like I would say like mother tongue dialect or something like that, your family dialect or something? Would you consider that as like completely different language or like still consider as Chinese?
Yeah, I believe it's still considered as Chinese, but I would just say it's a different dialect, like what you mentioned. Dialect exists for a reason because even here, even there's not only Chinese, not only Mandarin. I would say there's other stuff like other language like Tamil and Hindu. So they have a different way of speaking it as well. So just like as we Chinese people.
Yeah, like and that's like a very funny thing is about that is particularly is like even though we do call it dialect, but they like try to think about this, it's just like the way we speak is a little bit different. It's still at the end. Like imagine like you are American English and then you went to Australia and then you completely don't understand everything because they are speaking Australian dialect. And then like you go to Scotland, you can't hear a single word they're saying because they're using Scotland dialect. But at the end, core of everything, they are still speaking English. They just use different word for different like analogy and stuff. So it's weird that people would consider like like Hakka or Hokkien. They kind of like speak in a completely different set of like not just pronunciation. The word is literally different.
Oh, I would say
so like I don't know. In my brain personally, I consider those are like whole new language itself because we are not speaking in Mandarin at all. Like we kind of like use that grammar, but we in the same time is that we use totally different set of pronunciations.
Yeah, the pronunciation is very different, but I would say depends on which dialect you use for conversing. Actually brings a lot of culture and traditions from the language itself, which I actually particularly interested in because different, as you know, like China have a history for more than 1,000 years, so that's why they
keep conquering places. Like actually like back in the days, like China is technically like I would say like Hakka like back then when they speak a lot of languages, it's Hakka first. And then like for some like history change, not Hakka first. I think like in some certain language first, and then like their neighboring country is like using Hakka, and then they conquered all that place, and now like Hakka become like used to be a different language, now it become like under the umbrella of like Chinese language. And then later on like Hokkien too, like all those kind of stuff. Hokkien is actually really far to like the seaside of like the language back in the days. This is why a lot of people kind of like have like historical wise Japan might be Hokkien people before like China like conquered the entire side of that sea.
Yeah, could be.
So it's like they went on like the sea expeditions and then like stuck in Japan, like because Japan have like notorious bad like wave, so they kind of like stuck in there and then like slowly evolve into their own language, EDA stuff. This is like some other people speculate that way. But yeah, this is why like if you kind of like if you know Hakka, not Hakka, if you know Hokkien, that's like a 40% similarity of like Hokkien word with like Japanese word, especially 1 to 7.
Yeah, that's a lot of things as well. So if you know Hokkien, you literally can just go to Taiwan and you can just speak with their own language.
Yeah, you can like learn Japanese and like Hokkien like very easily, and like another is like Cantonese and Hakka is like also really similar. So if you know Hakka, you can also speak Cantonese very easily.
Yeah. So actually, for in terms of Chinese, I don't really know that much of a different dialect. I understand some of them, but mostly I only able to speak Cantonese and Mandarin.
Yeah, that's a language part about lots of things, but
yep.
Yeah. Oh yeah. By the way, we should do a little bit on an ad insert. So like this stream, this stream is brought to you by you guys. Yeah, I don't have sponsors. You guys pay me. So yeah, if you guys like do like this thing, do give me a little bit of support here and there. Is in the description, so you guys can take a look into the link. So yeah. Okay, enough chit chat. Let's go into our main topic of the streams. And I may have to cut some of the things. We yap a little bit too much.
Yeah,
depends.
Yeah.
If it's good, I can just have like break up the episode. But still, yeah, like I say, we don't have to mention about like the this week interest things because we already know what kind of interesting thing happened this week. Huh?
Yes. Yeah. To be honest, I was a little bit shocked when I wake up one day. I think it's on a Sunday, I believe. When I wake up on Sunday and I saw the YouTube because I was researching about how to become a better YouTuber because like all the content creation and all those. I'm trying to learn more about that. And then once I scroll, suddenly I saw something like this particular guy has been exposed, and then I was like, yeah, because all right. For context, for a very, very non-biased context, is that non-biased. I have been a Sykkuno fans for more than 5 years, I believe. Like even I follow him since the time that he was playing the Among Us era. So when I saw this, I was like, is this guy getting defamed for no reason again? There's a lot of video that came out in between and just saying that all of those are small video that doesn't really get some traction because it's mostly useless information. But this one I saw is like a little bit different because that's like by the time I got into it, it already has like 100 to 200,000 views. So I was like, oh, did this guy mess up anything?
To be honest, like I do have to establish a few like stuff for people to understand this thing first, okay? It involved like I can technically say like 4 things. So, one, hookup cultures. If you guys know what hookup cultures is, like we can, I'll like further explain it later on. And then like the second one is. Surprise, performative people is performative. And then like the third is I won't really say called cloud chasing, it's just that everyone made mistakes in some sense. But you have to focus on this one thing is like cheating, okay? And then the fourth one is hilariously around. This is the first time in the world that I ever see things are happening like when you did wrong, but also same time, the entire drama surrounding is like 50-50.
Oh yes, I'll say like for sure, this is like one of the things that I want to talk about the most. It's like how does a particular cheater actually get away without like doing anything at all? So that's like huge, to be honest.
Yeah, it's like if you really want to make like a call out video or something like that, it's really simple. But they kind of like overcomplicated it and then like everyone fumble around it. It's like, hey, do you see this guy? Yeah, he pretend to be innocent. Hey, do you know he keeps saying that he don't have a girlfriend? He actually have. hey, this is the list of people he actually are hooking up with. Done.
Yeah.
Like, did he cheat? Yes. Did he lie? Yes. Did he did wrong? Yes. Just that.
To be honest, I believe one of the most important thing that we have to address is, the one that came out of the video is some streamer called Mujin. I believe everyone, like most of the people that know this particular events, know who Mujin is at this point. But so actually, he used a wrong label to labeling Sykkuno as a predator. So everything actually start from there. So
for me, it's like, here's the thing, like, I would say, like, not just I don't think just that particular word. I feel like the entire video is unnecessary. If anyone seen me like make a video talking about that like before, it's like the entire video is wholly unnecessary. It's like focusing on the wrong ass point in the first place.
Yeah.
They kind of like highlight the quote unquote victim instead of highlighting like it's. I don't even think like the entire video is like highlighting Sykkuno at all. It's like highlighting the people who is like what he called it, the quote unquote victim, which is like the victim isn't really that victim at all. Like I say again, like I do have to like establish like these things is like hookup cultures. Like not lots of people, maybe like people in the modern days, especially like people on the age of 20. I'm fucking old. They actually do not know what hookup culture is. Like, do you personally like have like a understanding of what a hookup culture is?
Yeah, for sure, yes. But to be honest, so before we go into that, I just have to say that I'm not saying that cheating is like forgivable or something. Cheating is fucking douche. So with that understanding, getting out of the way. So I'm not saying anything about like cheating is good. So from these particular things like hookup culture, it's happening everywhere. Especially, to be honest, we are talking about Western side of things right here. But to be honest, right, hookup culture is very, very, very common in China and Japan. Well, I'm not sure whether if we are going to censor this, but
funny thing is like hookup culture is like Western thing and then slowly brought forth to the other places.
Yes, but currently right now in the modern time, China and Japan is like one of the most common thing that you can see there in terms of this particular hookup culture.
Yeah, but the another thing is like it's actually a dying activities because like ever since like like back in the days, like the Me Too stuff like happened, the other things, and then like a lot less guy would actually go up and hit up on girls. Definitely like it still exists. Like you go to certain bar, there's designated bar for like doing like hook up with stuff. Like you just hit on girls and then one night stand, get the other stuff, all those kind of things. And back in the days before like Me Too stuff even happening, you can literally do that in cafe. You can just go cafe, talk to the girls.
You can go cafe
they hit well, and then like like the next things.
Yeah. You can just go for cafe or even in a bar, in a nightclub. You can just like buy some girls some drinks and maybe you can start from there. Not that I have any experience though. Yeah. So basically it's just like that. Yeah. Not that I have any experience of hitting a girl like out of the nightclub or bar, but those are what I heard. Like that's very, very common in the past. Like just go to a bar or a nightclub. I believe it's still happening right now. Basically, you just buy some girls a drink and you just actually start socializing from there. Socializing.
Yeah.
Hello.
But
yep.
Ever since like those things, like lesser people actually do those things, and the only few places that is kind of like still have hookup culture is like going to bar or nightclub, those kind of things.
Yep.
But as for younger people this day, they don't even drink. Yeah, it's like you can look at a lot of study and article, like a lot of people on their young 20s, all those kind of ages, they actually stopped drinking. Not just stopped drinking, they didn't drink at all for the entirety of life. So hookup people in bar almost slowly dying out and relegated to maybe like like dating apps, like those kind of places. Technically, I can't even mention I'm going to like block that word. Actually, YouTube don't allow me to say that word. Actually, like, I'm not even kidding. I made a short about it and then talk about it. My short like usually get like maybe like 2,000 to 5,000 people. The moment I say the word, that particular short have 0 people, 0 view.
Yeah, usually they have a content ID or some sort of stuff like that. Yes.
Yeah. I have to like censor the word. Even I can't even show the title or anything like that. Have like that word related. So yeah. Either way, like, those dating app stuff. Just going to say, quote unquote. Technically, it's called hookup app. Like people more relegated to this thing. Like you can say like the hookup culture itself is more relegated into the internet more and more. So it's still there, but much more invisible way. Which it comes to this particular topic, which is like you can't get into like, basically there's rules when it comes to hookup, and when it's a culture itself, definitely there's always a bad actor in the culture. Sykkuno technically is a bad actor in the cultures. So
yeah,
and as for the girls, they also did like they basically like if you hear enough of like the story, you would know the girls are also young. They are in their 20s. Like very early 20s, some even just 20, okay? So I would say I think one of them is like join into the hookup cultures and regret the hookup cultures. in some sense, it is. It is. You know?
But to be honest, of all of those things incident, what caught me the most attention is that, excuse me. So what caught the most attention for me is like how they actually shot themselves in the feed, like on the same particular video or in the same particular recording, like the evidence that they provide, like they actually screw themselves over, or like within the evidence itself.
Yeah, like especially highlight on this particular part, like you did say, like, why does a guy who's cheating and lying and doing everything wrong somehow get a win? There's like this, like a lot of people like kind of like explain it, and like this guy somehow like do like a nat 20 roll, like in multiple roll. They keep doing stupid shit, and then he just keep rolling nat 20s. But in reality, from what I see, it's not Sykkuno is the one that roll like 20. It's everyone surrounding him roll a 1. He didn't even start the fight.
Yeah. I would say that Sykkuno literally have plot armor at this point, because he literally did nothing and win. So basically, it's like it's not about him, but it's more about the people that are surrounding, like revolving around the scandal. So what happened is like Sykkuno did nothing at all. Even right now, he only voiced out on just one apologize statement. And then he actually won over the internet. Like at this point, I believe no one even care about the cheating things anymore. We are just like trying to witch hunt like all the exposure for farming the cloud and all of those funny things right now. So it's actually quite impressive. Like I'm not, like I say again, I'm not saying cheating is okay, but it's very, very impressive that he did not do a single thing. And the whole internet is actually supporting him right now.
Well, technically, I won't really say you should impress by what just happened. You should just disappointed at everything, just how it unveiled. It's like,
no,
you know, like those kind of like TV dramas, like especially police TV drama. It's like, oh, you can't just randomly arrest this person, and then like they don't have enough evidence, and then that like the villain just like got out like scot-free. Like, essentially, this entire unnecessary drama is because of poor executions. You know?
Yeah, I would say
at the end, like, a call is kind of needed, but the unnecessary sensationalize, like, all the, like, the things in there. Like, how Mujin, like, did the writing. At this point, here's the thing. I got, like, I would say, like, almost 70 to 80% of the fault of this, like, call-out fail is... Well, like I say again, like 20% is the girls, and then 80% is Mujin.
Yeah, Mujin is like
he fucked up bad like this time. I would say like this guy,
very
he may be a good writer and maybe like sometimes talk like sensationalized piece, like. But if you realize that almost everything of his video is he only like summarized everything after the drama happened, you know?
Yeah.
So
at first,
this
Mujin
particular
is a very,
one,
very good
this
narrator.
is his first time proactively write something before it happens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you can say it's like after it happens, but it's all started from him.
So he sucked at proactive thing.
yeah.
Yeah. And also a thing, like, because of this, like, this fucked up, I got a very weird feeling he might not be even the writer of all his, like, video. Maybe not all, like, some of his video. Because here's the thing. Do you watch Mujin other video before?
Yeah. At first, I believe the one is like talking about Tectron as well, but the one is actually pretty screwed up as well.
Yeah. Actually, have you watched like that particular one on the Vtuber one, like the cat and chat thing?
No, not that one.
Yeah, he did like the cat and chat things, and then also like he did like the pirate software one. And then you look closely, like basically he have this like habit of like want to explain everything first, establish like the ground, let people understand it, and then let you judge later, like after he finished talking about it. Standardly do it that way. So he have like the very like starting point, like very beginning, he would do a lot of like explanations, educate people first before like they go into the drama stuff. Here's the thing. The education phase, like you have to write everything out and then you have to narrate everything out, means that you have like a deep understanding of that particular topic you want to talk about too. So the cat and chat thing is about like some guys, like the Catriente girl, have like an exclusive scope from this random artist, and then she just believed everything that random artist said, and then make like a hit piece on Dokibird. Sounds very familiar, right?
Yeah.
And then on the pirate software stuff, he basically explained like how people like from high up do a lot of lie, like content creator can lie. And then also like he framed like do this and do that, like basically, and also like refuse to say sorry for the entirety of time, and just keep continuously crash out. And then this also sounds very familiar, right? This is literally happening to Mujin at the moment. So here's the thing: the irony of it, he wrote this 2-piece, and then he did exactly everything he just shit on them for. So in some sense, I know that I also shit on people too, and then also I actively also do some mistake. But this is when you actively have to write a piece out of it, narrate it out, have to find a way to like educate people in a proper way. He should actually know better. This is why now my brain is like tinfoil hat happening. Did he use like AI to wrote everything?
I'm not sure about that.
Because like if you just read things, like read a script, you won't remember the lessons and like what should and shouldn't do. You know? If you write it yourself, you create the narrative yourself, you wrote everything, you have to write it, correct your grammar, read it, and then like have to look at it. Is it okay? Do the editorial stuff. You went to a lot of phase to do anything. Okay? And then you would actually more or less like if you fucked up, you would immediately recognize your mistake. He did.
Yeah.
So now I kind of think about it. Did he actually wrote most of the thing? Like maybe like at some point he did wrote his stuff, but like I feel like sometimes like he did stuff on YouTube and did stuff on like Twitter's. It's a 180 of his personalities. It felt like so different. It's basically like he have this like really like Redditor mod. Like if you don't know like the Redditor mod meme stuff, is basically like the very random like out of context crash out time to time. Like he actually do that shit almost constant in Twitter's. So if anyone who watches video on YouTube and look at his Twitter account, he behaved like a completely different person.
Actually, I believe most of the streamer does this, but I think he took it a little bit different in terms of the what we call that, the severity, I would say.
And I would want to put the benefit of doubt, like maybe he just drunk while like typing in Twitters. But I feel like this happened a little bit way too frequently. Like even like on stuff that he didn't get shit on. Like that's like that one thing about
Oh, who knows?
Tectone.
Maybe he's high on something.
I'm not
Maybe
sure.
he's high on something. Maybe, who knows?
Like it's really odd. Like his behavior really like sometimes it's just he shouldn't behave that way, but he did.
Yes.
And then the one more things I do want to talk about it is actually more or less like if I want to slap some like character into it to represent Sykkuno at the moment, it's just that Quagmire.
Who?
Oh, you don't know who Quagmire is? It's fine.
Yeah, I don't know.
Family Guy
Yeah.
have like this like really thirsty guy just go hit on women everywhere.
Oh.
Like that one. So he basically is just Quagmire. But the problem is he actually have a girlfriend while doing that shit. So like he not exactly is Quagmire. It's basically like hookup culture, so 101. Don't have a serious relationship while you're doing at it. That is like the very basic rule of it. And he broke that rule. So yeah, he should be shit on, but he didn't get shit on.
Yeah. No. He did get shit on early on. Yes, he did get shit on.
Now the stages flip up because everyone flipped up except him.
Yeah, no.
And
actually,
yes, there's like one particular thing. Everyone keeps saying like he win is because the girlfriend still stick with him.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. What I mean by he actually win the situations not only like we are going to take in a lot of factor regarding this. Look, firstly, the exposer themselves is getting hate on. So this is actually a very, very big things that could be in favor of Sykkuno.
Everyone roll a nat 1 on everything. If you don't know D&D culture, basically everyone fumble except him.
Yeah, everyone just fumble. Everyone just roll a critical failure, basically. But what this means is that you actually cover up the first mistake by another huge mistake. So basically, it's like both of them did something bad. To be honest, I would say like Sykkuno is not the only bad guy in this event. I would say, but I would just say the exposer themselves have some sort of things on their mind as well, and they got exposed by themselves. Basically, the exposer got exposed.
Yeah, basically he tried to make it as like a content rather than just call out posts.
Yeah, exactly. Yes. So it's a coordinated attack, I would say. It's a coordinated attack from Mujin and all the girls. Yeah, all the victims of the events. So I like this is where things start getting interesting. Because Sykkuno did something bad. But why he gained all the support from the internet is that a bigger mistake has happened. Like it basically this is how media works. When you have a bigger news, it will actually cover up the previous news. So at this point, why Sykkuno won without doing anything is basically like what you mentioned. Everyone just roll a 1, a critical failure. Basically, like everyone fumbled without Sykkuno even do anything, and then the internet itself just say, "Oh, Sykkuno is bad." Yes, but the exposer did something even worse. So that's how the whole this situation has been going into the favor of Sykkuno right now.
The focus and the point have deviated a long time ago. Like the moment Mujin made a video is already deviated.
Yeah.
Like the video, like I said, like again, like the video is just a puff of smoke. Waste my 1 hour watching it. Like literally, they can summarize everything in 5 minutes. They choose to make it into like a 1 hour show. That's the thing. Is like if you want to do call out, then you should make it into the point instead of like make like so many story added this and that. This stuff sprinkle a little bit salt. Like go full on salt bay on it.
The whole thing of the video is just like that particular guy just want us to like watch, like just trying to farm the content hours.
They spend too much story for a TLDR.
Yeah.
Like TLDR, he have a girlfriend, he act innocent, he lied to you. And then also at the same time, surprise, surprise, he also in the hookup culture game person. He's a player. Done. You don't need to say like so many things. He's the most desirable man in the world. Like that one is a little bit too much. Too much.
But I like some of his joke inside the video, like some comments saying that Sykkuno is just so attractive that's like turning men's gay. Yeah, I mean those are like all those running joke that is in the Sykkuno fandom.
It's basically running meme at that point. Like remind me of Edison Chan, or if you don't know Chen Zhouyin.
I know it's Chen Guanhei, Chen Guanxi.
Chen Guanhei.
Yeah, it's a Hong Kong actor. Yeah.
That kind. If you guys, anyone who is either like in the Asia side, like Hong Kong or Malaysians, they kind of like at the moment I say this, now you only remember, yes, the Sykkuno stuff would just be like the Edison Chan thing. Nobody will remember after like maybe like a few months. Like literally, I do forgot about it until a few months, and then I look at this drama, it reminds me of that.
I would say actually Sykkuno, this event will be much more, from what I believe, it will be much more resembled not as the same as Edison Chan, but I would just say it's much more.
Yeah, because like at least he didn't cheat. He's just a player.
Yeah. So that's why I say it's not really that similar. But I would say the one that's very similar is Shou Law. So it's a Taiwanese actor. In Chinese, like basically he's called Luo Zhixiang. So what happened is this particular guy actually cheated on his girlfriend by even attending what I would say as adult parties. Like it's not like 1-to-1, but it's 1-to-many.
Multiplayer.
And it actually, it's a multiplayer games, I tell you. And then what happened is, he came back and held a concert. So he has been missing from the entertainment industry for maybe like 1 to 2 years. Just to wait until the fire has gone down. And then he came back 1 to 2 years later, and then he held a concert, joking on himself, saying that he likes multiplayer games. So, and actually everyone is accepting that he did a mistake and he regretted it, and they actually accept the comeback of this particular superstar in Taiwan. So I'm not sure whether Sykkuno will be having the same outcome as Shou Law, but
he already did.
From what we see right now, it is actually developing into quite a similar outcome.
Like here's the thing: at the end, like, he's still a player. I think he will still continue cheating. That's the thing. The reason a lot of people shit on the girlfriend, like why still sticking on to him, you guys have to understand. How old is he? He's like 30, 38?
34.
30 what?
34.
34? I remember he's older than 35, actually.
No, Sykkuno, I believe he's 34 right now.
34. So, try to think about this. 5 years of relationship. If I'm going to say, like, if 5 year, if he's actually, like, back then, like, before he become, like, super famous, he's, like, innocent guy and got a girlfriend that way, and maybe he's still, like, just, like, actual a normal person, okay, before he get famous. And then,
honest,
the girlfriend he got, most likely case, just a most likely case, is either just a few years younger or, like, maybe even similar age with him. So, if a girl stuck with a super famous person who are rich and famous and take care of her entire life, and then she already like been living in a certain like good environment, didn't have a job, all those kind of things, then just like leisurely living until like 35 or like 30 years old. Like if you broke up with that man, what job you can get? You essentially lost everything in one go. Like you don't have a house, you don't have a job, you don't have anything. All you can do is just 30 years old or like 35 years old, go back to your family. Which is kind of in many cases, in Asia cases too. Maybe like if she's an Asian, then maybe the family still accept her because like shit happens. But in the Western cultures, people, they basically like, how the fuck I can get back? Like you don't have a job now. Like if you want to get a job around that age, like how do you explain like the gap like in the happening in there? Like, oh, I was like a rich and famous person, like girlfriend before so I didn't get a job. Now I want a job. Like you can't. It is basically a 100% struggle. So it's not like the girlfriend won or not to leave him. I can see the circumstances. She cannot leave him.
That's a lot of things going on here because we are not sure what's the situations of the girlfriend in right now. Like who holds
Yeah, but here's the thing, like you already understand like he is like the one that financially support her entire life now.
Yeah.
And also like even speaking about it on that very uncomfortable Discord thingy happening in there, it did say like she also have like in financial issues with her family. And he is settling that too.
Mm-hmm.
So, like I say again, it's some things that you can like. It's like circumstances wise, like she cannot leave. I can definitely say that in financial circumstances wise, she cannot leave, even she wanted to.
Oh, in this matter, trust me, man. If let's say I have a sugar mommy and that she just like want to screw around, but I get like allowance every single month, I don't care about that, to be honest.
Same.
I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that, to be honest. Yeah, you just screw around whatever you want. Like I'll just stay with you. It's fine. Yeah, as long as you give me allowance and everything, I'm fine with that.
For me, it's kind of the same, but unless they say like I can't screw around too, though, then we have issues. but
yeah,
I'm not that kind of person.
We don't know. Yeah,
but
we don't know
if
about
it happens, if it happens, who knows? But either way, it's a very complicated issues when it comes to relationship too, and also like I can definitely say like the entirety of like everyone that's surrounding Sykkuno too, like all the girls that now is like kind of like like the Mao girls that also like did the Discord confrontation also say, we can be friends, we still can be friends. Like that's the thing. Like she definitely still have the hots for him. That's the thing. She definitely still likes him and then like want to like keep the channel up. That's the weirdest thing is that particular part is like we are in a like everyone have friends, definitely. If you don't have friends, I'm sorry. We always will have that one friend that have like a toxic ex, or like not toxic, just a bad like ex-boyfriend or girlfriend. Yes, girlfriend or boyfriend. And then like for some reason, some lame excuse, or he just drive up to her and say sorry while we hang out together, and she will go back. He or she will definitely go back. Or sometimes when they're drunk, they will like call us like, should I call her or him back? And then we will be the friends that say no. And
no,
like every girl right now that like Sykkuno hooked up before is basically that kind of girls. Even her girlfriend is like that kind of girl. So yeah, that's the complicated thing too. And when Mao actually like the main girls that kind of calling him out, accept that lame ass excuse that Sykkuno gave her, that is like, oh, I have a depressed girlfriend, so I cannot like break up with her, like that kind of thing. I have like a friend who is a girl have a depressed boyfriend, so she cannot like break up with him. So I understand that situation, but this guy is like hooking up with like shit tons of girls at the same time. You don't have that card. You do not use that fucking card. You don't allow to use that card.
Yeah, I do have some friends that actually couldn't get past the toxic relationship, but every relationship have their own issues. So who are we to even like talk about it?
This is why I can't like say like yes, but there's also like circumstances cheating, those kinds of things. It does exist, like very hyper specific circumstances. So I won't really say like cheating is yes, cheating is wrong, but there's also like sometimes it's same with like everything. There's also like one or two things as exceptions. But this guy, like, he's so freaking slick with his mouth. Like, immediately said the first response he have, like, I have a depressed girlfriend. That is his first response to a girl. Like, any girls would actually you to that, like, standard reactions too. That's why I say like, yeah, this guy's a player. Like, immediately you understand that. And also, like, the main thing is like a lot of girls actually really like his like quote unquote anime voice. Should I actually start using my normal voice at this point? I'm not really sure. Again, see? Right now I'm using anime voice. It's not actually authenticated anime voice, to be honest. But still. Like, people can change their voice. That just don't kind of like link too much on that. Like content creator make content. Content itself is performative, okay?
Oh, regarding face like performative issues, to be honest, it actually reminds me back when I was a Valve streamer. There was one, I would say, controversy regarding one of my very well-known friend in the Mobile Legends community. So I wouldn't name him, but for those back then, a few years ago, when you play Mobile Legends and you actually think about English content creator in the YouTube regarding to Mobile Legends, you will definitely know this guy. But what happened is that time Valve is only available in the Asia region. So he flies from North America all the way to Korea just to play and stream Valve. So we actually met during that space. And then there's a controversy about that. He actually doesn't like Valve that much, and he also voiced out his opinion in the stream as well as some video. He literally just shit on Valve. But to be honest, to be fair, at that particular moment, we are talking about 2020 and 2021 Valve. It actually have a lot of flaws. Like it's in a very, very horrible state. Even though I'm a Valve streamer back then, I picked around like 200 to 300 average viewer. But the thing is, we cannot deny that I took 2 hours when I was at matchmaking. I took 2 hours to actually find a match. Like that's fuck up, to be honest.
No, alright, Hero of the Storm is worst.
Yeah, and what happened is, he accidentally, because he usually do some what we call that community tournament for Mobile Legends. So I'm not sure how did he mess up, but he used Valve music inside his Mobile Legend tournament, and then that went into a lot of story, like a lot of like canceling him and everything. So the people that came to my stream and talked to me about this whole controversy, which I already know by the point. So they always ask me about what do I think about all of this. Actually, it's the same like even with Sykkuno stuff. It's just basically, for me, I just say that I have professionally as a streamer, I have no comment regarding this because I don't know what he is thinking and I have no inside information or whatsoever. But as a friend, personally, I know this guy and we have been collaborating for quite some times back then. I actually don't like people that talk shit about him inside my stream. So I just like say that in my stream, please don't badmouth this particular person because he is my friend. But professionally speaking, I have no comment and he get what he deserves, professionally speaking. But as a friend, I don't really like that. So I actually voice out. But in this Sykkuno case, I would say the first reaction from his friend is like literally throw him under the bus straight away. So I find it actually a little bit hilarious on this point because I have been through not cheating, but a very huge controversy. To be honest, that particular guy, even I would say, abandoned his channels because there's been like a lot of months that he wasn't streaming anymore and a lot of months that there's no content that's going out anymore because like I believe it's all stemmed from that particular controversy like from 4 to 5 years ago. So it's a very career breaking kind of mess up he did. But for me,
I don't think he would have a career
him.
break. That's the thing. Like half of girls that watch his stream will leave, but also another half of a girl will be impressed that this guy is a player. So now that they can like openly DM him.
Yeah. So that's the point. It's like for what I want to. So from the whole long ass story that I just say just now, and most likely nobody care. But the thing is like I want to point out is that why does you as a friend of this particular streamer are not really like I wouldn't say it's like 100% support him. He's like fuck up. Like he cheated. He got what he's deserved. But as a friend, why are you like just like add more fire into the drama? Like that's what I'm getting at. Like I just don't get it, to be honest.
Here's the thing, like I'm not sure that you know too much about this. Like I won't really say like Lily Pichu herself, but her entire gang, like the offline TV gang. Okay, is it called offline TV?
Yes, it's offline TV. Yes.
Yeah.
I know about them. Yeah.
Yeah, the entirety of the gang itself. Oh, sorry, freaking thunderstorm is happening out there. Wait a little bit. Okay, the entirety of the gang is kind of like, as this time, like this past few years, known to be performative gang. When I say performative gang, I'm not really sure Lily Pichu herself is. Maybe it's just her personality is that way. But the rest of the people is basically, they will always try their best to get as much audience as possible. To get as much audience as possible, they have to like appeal to a crowd that support any crowd that they watch. Like anything they kind of like want them to support, they will support it. So in order for not losing audience. So at the end, like most people in offline TV is really, really in a way performative, because they will support anything the majority of like the group of like audience they have. So essentially they are constantly wearing a mask. Just like for the sake of like keeping the view. So it's kind of like slowly as time passed, like that the performative side of them have been like showing up a lot, especially Pokimane.
To be honest,
I'm not really, specifically poke at her, but she is one of the most getting called out on like being super performative. But
I heard that. Yes, like she is like one of the largest streamer in Twitch, like girl streamer, but she also have a lot of hater for that.
She basically just put on a mask every single time she say, and then immediately do another thing. This is basically, I'm not really just shitting on her alone. I mean, like almost like everyone within that group, more or less doing that shit because they're afraid of their audience.
Mm-hmm.
And that's that. Pokimane is the one that getting called out a lot more because she do not afraid getting shit on anymore, because she already earned her money. Now she just rage bait people as her hobby at this point, like everything like she did so far. Like, and then the rest of the people, like you already can see like Sykkuno's side of things. It's like it's just all her entire personality is just put on a face for stream, for maintaining the audience. And then the rest of the people is also like that too. Like I say again, like I'm not sure about Lily Pichu's. I think she's just being herself, which is I kind of feel sad for her too. It's like there's so many other people are so super performative around her. Like I feel like everyone is taking advantage of her at that point.
Well, for me, I believe I'm not sure about what other opinion are, because offline TV, I've been following them even before the Among Us era. So for me, I've been watching this guy's Toast before he even get famous as the Among Us god. So because back then I used to play TFT, Teamfight Tactic. Basically it's a game that is an outdoor chess game that is released by League of Legends. So
yeah, this guy's Toast is fine. Like he's just being himself.
Yeah. Toast is a very, very chill dude for me, I believe. So I have been knowing him for like before he even get famous during Among Us. So yeah, even though right now I personally, this is just my personal opinion, but I don't think that he actually very performative. I would say he's
there's definitely that
smart.
Still people is like joining that for that vibe because they are that kind of vibe of people. But I won't say like it's really impossible to have more than like 6 people have the same thought, you know, or the same vibe.
Yeah.
It's like definitely when it comes to that, I would say like it would say like more authenticated people. I would say like on the Lily Pichu side, her boyfriend, and then like Disguise Toast, and then even Skara. Like all those people kind of like more or less is the same vibe, but anything beyond that, like the entire group together, they kind of just behave in a group mentality instead of like instead of being individual. So because of that, now it's like beyond that group now. It's getting bigger and bigger, so they just behave like what the group mentality have. So they become super performative because of that, because they just not themselves at a point.
I mean, they had to be honest. To be fair, as a group, because they are sharing. I believe they do share revenue on top of the of other personal streaming. I believe they do share revenue from the offline TV skit. So what happened is like when you have a group like that, you definitely need to have everyone have to be on the same page in a sense, so that you won't have any internal fallout. I believe that's very important as well.
Yep. I also kind of suffer in that too. This is why I'm not like in VEP anymore. If nobody actually know, I was like affiliated in like a VTubing agency group. Just affiliated, not actually like being working under there. They have a program. It's called like Vtuber VTuber endorsement program. Basically, it's just they will find like a group of like very like dedicated VTubers or like potential VTubers. And then they create a program, like each seasons they will try to help in a different way, have like sponsors, this and that stuff. Like you basically first time opportunity that we will kind of get. But around that time, I was like with them for like the first and second seasons, and the third season I did not join them. That's one of the reasons is because I haven't been being myself for quite a while after I joined them. Is because that they in the contract they say like you can just be yourself, okay? Like anything you do outside, they don't care. Only when you kind of like do activity together, and then like then you have to be like at least like as say so as possible, or at least like in some sort of like cooperative mode. So that's the thing, like when you do group work together. But I kind of like because of like just affiliated in the group itself, I basically restricted myself to become super say-so even off non like doing like anything like non-VP stuff, like even in my own stream, all those kind of things, is because like I know I'm the kind of like potty mouth guy. Like you already hearing me drawing F-bomb and like shit the word like it's like everywhere. But since I'm working in a group, and then I'm also a very honest person, so like if I have any opinion, I actually will say it. I don't care if people shit on me or anything like that, even though it's controversial or something like that, because sometimes some people have a brand to like take care of. Like imagine you like you brand yourself like a very like say-so imagine like a very say-so VTubers. So like you just want to sit there, vibe, have positive chat with people, like the offline TV thingy. But you cannot dig yourself into like actively go and seek like, hey, this is the latest drama we want to talk about, or like, hey, this is like what kind of controversy we can talk about, or like, oh, this politics stuff. Like you can't suddenly switch your brand, right? So essentially, like if you want to become like those kind of vibing like streamers or like VTubers, you essentially have to like stay away from those topics, right? Like don't talk politics, don't do this, don't do that, else it's going to be like very out of characters. For me, is I'm not those kind of people. You can see I'm already in here. It's already like said like I just do whatever the fuck I want.
Yeah, it's very very limiting when you have like in a sort of agencies, because what you do, you actually represent the agency itself. So you're kind of bound to their rules.
Yeah, like that's the thing, like even the contracts say like you don't need to get bound by the rules. I will still do like the what we call the adult responsibilities of like trying to be as tame as possible. So I kind of restrict my language a lot, like the other stuff, and also like my content also get restricted because I don't want to dig deep into controversy that can like affect other people, because I more or less like have an affiliation with them. So I end up kind of like stagnant myself for like a year and a half. So I kind of like, you know what? Fuck this. Like, hey, they really like me to stick with it because like I'm one of the very very quote unquote proactive member of like VEP, but most of the time I'm just screaming at the wall. Like, fun fact, like in VTubing scene, okay. Some people like is a VTuber like outside on the western side, they actually know me somehow. They see me, they're like, oh, you're the Kiray green hair guy. And they're like, wait, the fuck, you know me? But in Malaysians, I am the most unknown piece of shit in that. Like, nobody actually knows me. And is like, here's the thing, like, if you guys don't know, in Asia side of like the VTuber thing, everyone is like brother and sisters in some sense. It's like they all like in like a very tight group itself. I somehow are like the only person. Yes, it's weird. The only person isolated from like the Malaysian VTuber group. I have no idea why.
Mostly because you're not doing Malaysian content, maybe.
Yeah, I too am Malaysian, I guess.
I'm not really into the VTuber space, so I'm not really sure about that.
It's really easy. Like, imagine you are like a Malaysian content creators. It's not like you got shunned. You just so invisible to the fact that nobody knows that you are Malaysians, nor you are Malaysian content creators, and not a single Malaysian content creator know you.
Yeah, I believe for Malaysia we are actually quite close.
Yeah, that's the oddest thing in the world. So people are supposed to be like in a way like close to a point that you kind of like, even you don't really interact with that person, so you more or less know the person's exist, right? So for me, I got like such an invisibility factors that nobody actually knows me. After like staying for like being a VTuber for so long. Finally, after the VP things, like some people recognize me, but doesn't necessarily means like, you know, we are close or anything like that. So I end up still quite like in isolation mode, but still. Yeah, it's like one of the reasons I kind of do a lot of like group chatting back in the days is just that I try to find some people in the common ground. Just network.
That's pretty wholesome.
Yeah. So I just technically most of the time I just like try my best trying to drag people in, but sometimes dragging people in can be like messy. Like not the audience might not know, like this dude actually knows me. So I'm also in real life, I'm also a very isolated person. I don't really have a lot of like too many people like outside content. Maybe like I would say my university days, I would have a lot more friends, but now I'm just like usually just alone, stuck in my own room. My medical stuff is like giving me like a fear of going out because being dizzy is not easy. It's like I guess maybe next time like doing like a VoidCast, I can like further explain like my medical stuff. Because like it's that one is a whole page of things to talk about. If you're fine with it, we can talk about that one. But
yeah, sure, no problem. Yeah,
because like it's a very like difficult stuff to explain. Because like even my family don't understand that well. Even most of my audience don't understand like what kind of situation I'm in. It's just complicated. Same with like it's really hard to like explain thing. Just gonna say that, but. Yeah, like the Sykkuno stuff, like back to it, is just that we spend quite a long time talking about it. We can kind of move on to a different point at that point.
Yeah, sure. In fact, I believe that's the whole part of the Sykkuno controversy. To be honest, it's just very interesting because the TLDR is basically just guy did something bad.
Yeah, guy's a player. He cheats. Done.
Yeah,
and then somehow everyone just like slip.
No, I would just make it very, very simple things like guy just cheat, guy activated plot armor, guy won. That's it.
Imagine like the like again, if I keep saying D&D situation, anyone like don't understand D&D, they would not know. Like the analogy is basically just like this: a group of ragtag hero decided to fight against a villain, but the moment they see the villain, they barge into the room and everyone slip on the banana peel, and then the villain just stand on the throne and be like, the fuck just happened?
Yep, everyone just died like out of nowhere for like just no reason, and the final boss is just like, what the hell is going on here? Like, why is all the main character died out of nowhere?
Yeah, like everyone crashed into the room, like everyone just somehow like just slipped on the banana peel and then just fell and died.
Yep, exactly. Yeah, that's a very good analogy.
And then like he literally just went by, didn't even aware this shit happening at that point.
Yep. So yeah, that's basically it. Yep, that's like I think everyone that's at this point by the video is already out, already like know what's wrong with it. It's just like we just like to talk about it since well, it's the hottest things of the week.
Yeah. And then another things I do want to like for the next topic, like this particular topic is yours, and then the next topic, my topic is actually it's quite like related to this one, since like most people that Sykkuno kind of like cheat with, yes, he is cheating. You guys have to like understand that part is more or less his audience. Because every girls that he hooked up with actually look up to him back in the days. Like even now, still look up to him. I
come on. Even me, I also look up to him. Like not now, but back then. Oh my god, I would turn gay for him.
Like that's kind. I don't know. Maybe I have a good eyes. I know a performative guy when I see one. Like that's the thing. I don't like Mr. Beast because first thing I see him, that is a very very freaking performative guy. Just keep insisting that it's not a performative thing. Like you can see that too, right?
I mean, for Mr. Beast, for me, the reason why I like Sykkuno, and I wouldn't say that I like Mr. Beast as well, but for me, he doing his very best at acting because
that's the thing. It's like I may hate Mr. Beast as a person, okay, the action he did, but I am impressed the fact that he is the effort he put in as a content creators. Okay.
Yeah.
In Sykkuno wise, there are lots of people going to hate him as a person, but they are also can't say that part is like I'm not impressed at his ability to risk. Yeah, basically like his ability of being a player, people will be impressed. But will they like him as a person? No. Same with me. I don't like Mr. Beast as a person. I like the character he is. And then like but when it comes to like, do I respect him as a content creator? Yes. That's all. But I don't like Mr. Beast. It's the same thing. But yeah, like that's the thing. So what was I again? Yes, about like all this kind of things, like people like kind of look up to him, the other stuff. So in some sense, I personally like seen a lot of shit happens when it comes to content creator, like having like a very close contact with their like audience, the other stuff. Like depends on what kind of like content you made. Like parasocial thing is always going to be a thing, even you don't want it to happen. And I constantly get, you know what? It's like, I'm not a big creator. I literally can stream to 0 people. And then sometimes I would get like some really, really hyper obsessed people on me. I don't even know how it happened, but like I say, like it can appear everywhere. Parasocial, like in any form. So that's the thing is like, no matter what, it's best if you want to become an entertainer. Then this is my particular topic, is like to set a boundary between you as a creator and then your audience as a, your audience as a content creators. Because like if you never set this boundary, like this kind of shit will happen. Like anyone who touch their fans in some sense, like you already seen so many drama and so many stories about like, any people interacted with their fan and then start a controversy because of that, the other things. And also definitely there are stories about like, oh, this is my girlfriend. How do I find this girlfriend? That like she's used to be my like my viewer or like my mod or something like that. Like even like guys or girls like all have like this kind of story too. But personally, I will always set a boundary to at least like I only entertaining people in public space, but in private moment, I would have 0 interaction with my fans. And that's the thing. I do get a few like very super obsessive people before. Like even like I say again, I'm not that famous. Like I surprised that I can get that level sometimes. It's like imagine like there's like I having like a close conversations. Like sometimes I don't really have a lot of audience, so I can like have like a lot of one-on-one chat with people. So maybe it's because of that I get like a few people like got like super attached to me somehow. Actually, like this VoidCasting, it used to be like a very common like weekly stuff. I have like 6 episodes like all in like back in the days. The reason I stopped is because like there's like a guy who somehow got like super obsessed with me, and some sort of become like a toxic chat in there. It's like every like imagine like gatekeepers. Yeah, that guy behaved like gatekeepers. He suddenly become like the any new chatters that join in, or if I have like a new guest in my podcast, that guy will barrage him with like a very fixed set of questions. It's like immediately go in interviewer mode instead of me like having conversations, you know? So it become like a really annoying stuff, like especially like any newcomers. I don't really have a lot of viewer. So essentially, anyone just say hi in my stream, that guy will start barrage him with a bunch of questions. And then sort of like scared off the people. So if you bother me, it's fine. I'm kind of like still okay with it because it's kind of like in the territory as a streamer, you know? Like you interact with people is like a thing. But if you kind of like doing that to the rest of the people unrelated to the stream and you are in my turf, no, I'm going to draw the line, you know? But that guy essentially is like a troll in there, consistent troll inside there. So yeah. And then slowly like behave like more and more stalker like, because like every single time I make a videos or do a stream, he would just pop up, give like a really like you know the standard like consistent non-stop act like interviewing question on everyone. And the worst case is actually like I kind of like stop my VoidCast is because he start to go to all my guest stream. Because like normally I would want to promote the guests in, right? Like having this, having that, yeah, the other things. But yeah, the problem is like he's starting to like use those links and go to them and start bothering them too. And that is like a big no for me. So I know like this is comes to like I did say like this come to a territory as a content creator, this kind of people would actually appear. But using my channel to like get to other people kind of like it does give you know, take me off a little bit. So I kind of like originally I didn't ban him. But because here's the thing, like he already have a troll behavior, because when I don't really have lots of people like to chat with, he would make a different account come in, chat with himself in my chat. So yeah, I know this guy have multiple accounts already. So I don't play like cat and mouse. Like after I ban him, he would just come in as another account. So I didn't ban him that because of that. And then like after I banned him, things got worse. Yeah, either way, it's like the main point is to set a boundary thingy. It's like I generally don't do DM stuff. And then aside from that guy that kind of like stopped me making like VoidCast, also sometimes I stream would be like that's like a few one. It's not just like one singular case. Happens a few times. It's just, you know, like those kind of yandere is just like in like those kind of like message. They'll be like I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you. Yeah, I got a few of those messages too. It's like creepy. I'm not really sure it's like they just trolling or something like that, but it can be a little bit concerning when there's like time to time there's like message like that. Like when you do streamings, you know. So again, like I have a boundary for a reason. And I always like stated like anyone that, hey, can I DM you? Hey, can I do this? Can I do that? Like I will always refuse. That's the thing. I will always refuse a DM. Even like you somehow join, like I do have a like an open like community Discord server, which like is showing here right now. Either way, so I will only interact with people that in that particular server if anyone want to interact with me. But there are also people like because they are in that community servers, they can DM me too. And then I will also get a lot of weird ass DM. Is you know, sometimes they will like air out their personal life, this and that, their stuff. some really psychological shit on their side. So it's weird. I know, like, sometimes I talk in a way is like very therapeutical. Like and I'm not a licensed therapist. I'm not a licensed therapist. Don't say that shit to me. Like, yes, your life got issues. I can try to give you some advice, but it's not omnipotent, you know? It's like, again, not a licensed therapist. You shouldn't do that in the public in the first place. I will always tell everyone that do not tell me that your brother is doing this and that, if offended you, something like that, or you are depressed. Like, can you help me solve these issues? Like, I'm not the smartest person alive. Like, I don't know why lots of people see me that way. Like, I am the most incompetent person you will ever know of.
For me, I believe back then when I was streaming, there was I literally closed all my DM except for Twitch, because because I'm on Twitch, I literally have to open my DM, but I can just ignore those that is like too I would say zealous or very 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 aggressive. So from what is like similar to your case, I have a Discord channels as well, which I believe has been inactive for quite a few years, because I literally like not active in the streaming space anymore. But back then I would have a very very close community, like some sort of VIP. So I actually have a very close community with them. There's only like maybe 10 or 11 person inside. And then that's where we like literally go into deep talk. But the thing is, like, if you are outside of this community, I wouldn't say I ignore them, but I'll just like make them feel at home, but not really like going deep into it. Yeah.
Anyone trauma dumped in there?
Sorry?
Anyone trauma dumped in there?
Yeah, I would say, well, not really. Yeah.
Not really.
Yeah.
Then you're lucky.
Luckily,
mine
really.
Is always a constant thing.
Yeah. Luckily, not really, because as you know, because I'm playing Wild Rift, most of my content is like mostly, just playing games and doing a lot of cool shit, a lot of highlights. So I believe it's much more into positivities and a lot of cool stuff instead. So I don't think anyone comes into my chat or come into my community with expectancy of dumping bad emotional
Oh, sometimes
things.
Can be really random.
Yeah.
Like, I can play Minecraft and someone suddenly say like, hey, I got amnesias.
Well,
and my life will flip up. How do I fix my life? And I'll be like, I'm playing Minecraft here.
Well, luckily, for my whole year of streaming back then, I don't think I encountered something like that at all. So yeah.
Yeah, like I feel like I don't know. Am I kind of like the kind of guy that it's like, it's not like I'm like glazing myself. It's like keep happening to a point that I kind of notice myself too. It's like, am I those kind of guy like people like stay around long enough? They feel like super relaxed and comfortable, and then they suddenly like become
maybe yeah, who knows, maybe yeah, for some people maybe they like your personality, they like maybe they like the way you speak, maybe could be.
I'm not sure. It's because like at this point I'm like it happens so often. I do have to ask, like, is it because of me, or like I just don't understand trolling cultures. Like I want to like have the benefit of doubt, like even people like suddenly say some like really sad shit, or like something like happening to their life, like EDS stuff. I tends to like want to treat it seriously. Like, I'm not sure like in between the line, are they trolling me or not? There are cases people like does that as a troll, just want to see like you on a roll, you're doing some things, and then they will like do something to interrupt your stream like that. So I'm not sure either it's that or people actually like, suddenly felt comfortable enough to share this kind of things to me. I will always tell everyone. I have a very strict boundary, so like generally telling me this ultimately won't solve you any cases.
Yeah.
It's
actually
like,
these things, it's very it reminds me of Ludwig. So he actually mentioned this before, like, streamer is not your friend.
I always tell them
Like,
I'm not exactly
yeah.
a friend. You can treat me like a friend, but at the end, I'm not your friend.
Yeah. Like you don't know how we as a streamer like act behind the screen. Like personally, like who we are. So to be honest, I'm glad that as a streamer I'm able to entertain you, but you don't know who we are inside. To be honest.
Like, I would always tell them, who knows, I may be a fucking asshole behind the screen. Do not trust your shit on me.
Yeah.
And they, like, if you DM me those kind of stuff, I would just, I won't actually really, like, respond to people. I do have my entire, like, DM open just because I do art commissions. People still can, like, like, commission me art this way, yada, yada stuff. I always say my DM is open for business only. So if you didn't talk about business stuff, or like, you want to do a collab and then you want to send me a message. If it's not about that, I will almost never entertain people that way. So
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, because I establish such rules sometimes, I kind of behave like in a way that a lot of people don't expect like how I behave to. Because like some people treat like DM like really private. So like they would treat like DM as actual conversations. So I DM people to like with my rules. Basically it's like I only DM people when like business related stuff is either like, oh, I want to do collab. Oh, I like have this thing that I need to do, like can you help, those kind of things. It was never like personal or like like those kind of like, hey, I just want to hang out so I DM you. Those kind of things. So I treat it so professionally. Sometimes I piss people off that way. Yeah, like I'm not really sure. I'm not really sure why it happens, but yeah, like because I treat like my DM is kind of like a very like professional means. So sometimes people like expect a normal chat and then they realize that, oh shit, this guy is like full on business mode. Yeah. It tends to happen a lot of time, but still again like because of like I constantly get those kind of issues, I always like have a very like good set of boundary happen in there. I would really want to tell everyone about this. I shouldn't be the one who establish it. It's supposed to be a very common thing, okay? Don't talk about your personal life while a person is streaming, and then you're like in the chat, like no matter how comfortable you are,
Yeah, true. Because like, to be honest, like it's just like unless you are like really close to the streamer or the streamer is like really close to you,
even
which
close,
I
it's
would
like
say
out of the blue
yeah.
doing that. It's just random, It's just randomly like you just like doing one thing and then like you got a whole like your personal law just like leak out for no reasons. And I stream in YouTube, okay? I have a lot of audience that more or less likely, I'm not sure they're trolling again. You never know, internet is internet, okay? Do not trust any content creator, and I also not like trust, it's like do not take like face value of like everything in internet, okay? Especially the content creators. We also have a camera face. And I will also treat that toward all my audience and chat too, personally. So in YouTube, I always get a lot of interactions, and for some weird reasons, almost I can say 60 to 70% of them are kids. And one thing, advice I always tell anyone who decided to just say, hey, I'm 12 years old, hey, I'm 9 years old, do not say that in the fucking internet. No matter how fucking safe I am. Do you think other people that watch me are normal people?
That's a good advice. Yeah, do not disclose anything personal information in front of a chat, because you may not know like who's behind the chat. To be honest, that's a lot of people's watching.
Yeah, you don't know me in the get go. Even I kind of like give you like a safe vibe, doesn't mean like people around me are safe.
Yeah,
like doesn't mean the chat itself is safe.
That's the point. Yeah, that's the point.
So yeah, I don't know why like people tends to become like super comfortable around me, and also like kids don't really understand how dangerous the internet is.
Oh, it's normal. they are kids anyway. So
Yeah,
it's just like
it become like a normal thing for me. Like every single time, almost like maybe like
it's
1
kids.
week I almost stream every day. So like 1 week I have to repeat this thing like 5-6 times.
Yeah, because kids just takes everything at everything, like as long as it's fun, they just do whatever they want. So to be honest, you couldn't stop them because what they think
I
is
try my
not
best.
what we think. Yeah.
And also like
So
the
we
people
know
who
that
like
it's dangerous,
trusting
but
on
for
me
them
too.
it's like, sorry?
Yeah, and also like the people who trust me a little bit too much and start like dumping their stuff like in the internet. Yes, you may be like chatting with me while I'm live. You still dumping it on the internet. It's recorded in there.
Yeah.
Don't do that shit.
Yeah, there's so many like this is the really good terms to use. There's a lot of predator in the internet that is just hiding behind like who knows anywhere. So that's why it's like it's better to practice caution, to be honest.
Yeah, I feel like maybe like one day I need to make like a series that is like basically internet 101. It's like because like people like even at the age of 20s, they are still super careless at the internet. I feel like our era is a little bit different is because like internet is so hard to access. Back then, we had to be really tech savvy to actually get into like the harder part of the internet, you know?
Yeah.
So we kind of understand how dangerous the internet is. But nowadays, like internet, like you can just have an iPad, you can start using it.
Yeah, and I would say that's a lot of things going on lately as well. As you can see, there's a lot of scamming going on. Even though you are a children, but
even adult can get scammed. Like don't mention about children. Children 100% is going to get scammed.
Yeah. What I meant is that the iPad that you give to your child or the phone that you give to your child may have your personal what we call that
credit card,
your credit card,
informations.
credit card informations and everything, and somehow conveniently you actually set it into a one tap buy or something like that, and your child just like tap 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 tap, and you just like suddenly think, and why is my credit card just over the limit all of a sudden?
Yeah, so it happens a lot of like kids have like PlayStation back in the days, like play all the FIFA games, and then they just like dump all the money on trying to get Lionel Messi for some reasons.
So that's why it's like if you want to give your child access to iPad or anything else, like anything electronic device, make sure you don't have any of your credit card information or any of your personal information, in fact, inside there, because you never know like what kind of things that your child might be getting into. To be honest, this is coming from experience that I say, because you may not know. As a child before, I gained access to some very notorious site that my parents doesn't know about.
Just going to say this.
Yeah, we seen some real bad shit, to be honest. And then yeah, imagine those are like 20 years ago. Like those are 20 years ago. Like now it's like even
way
worse.
worse.
I would say. Yeah, I would
way
say
worse than the cup. Way worse than the Pico.
Yeah, so that's why, like, if you have anything, like, even though you thought that you have your whatever kids protection on, it won't work.
But kids will find a way. Eventually, find a way. This is why we at least need to tell them like how to use internet instead of like just prevent them to use the internet.
Yeah.
Like,
they will find a way.
It's inevitable. Like even like I'm happy like Australia now literally ban any people who like under 16 to be able to use social media. I'm really happy. Like even Malaysia is like consider that now.
Yeah. No, actually, I believe Malaysia already implemented that. Like if you are like below a certain like 16, if I'm not wrong, like below 14 or 16, you are not allowed to access social media in Malaysia right now.
Yeah, but they still can use YouTube. That's the thing. And anyhow, like still like that's the things about like in the things like I know a lot of people like saying like, oh, this is like like restricting internet freedoms. I was like, dude, have you been kid before? We all been kid before. No amount of barrier can stop us. Like
hence, yeah.
It's better to have barrier. It's like, you know, at least to have a barrier is more than have nothing. Okay?
Yeah.
It's
true.
like, yeah. Ultimately, I can say like for a little bit, like it. In fact, it actually do good for lots of kids because if they really want to somehow find a way to use it, even though it's restricted, they will become like they will start to learn more about computers. They will learn more about do more actual homework about internet.
Yeah,
and then
this
they
is
can
what
get
we
into
call
the
critical
internet.
thinking, you know.
So it in fact like actively help children's, even it like the the restriction doesn't do jack shit. Like you say like, oh, people can use VPN, people can use this and that. Like, yeah, you have to be tech savvy to do that in the first place.
Yeah. In fact, actually, right now, to be honest, I believe even a 4 years old or 5 years old is even more tech savvy than us when when we were like 10 years old, I believe.
I
So
won't really
that's,
say
like,
that tech
crazy.
savvy is just like apps is everywhere. They can just download it and then start
Yeah,
using
no,
it.
like,
The
they
understanding is
know a
still a little
lot.
bit lesser.
I also they know a lot, to be honest. Like, because I have my friends already have a child that's like 6 years old. Like, to be honest, that child know how to use iPad much more than what I know how to use my PC back then.
Well, it's iPad.
Even back then.
Technically, iPad make it easier for lots of people to access. That's the thing. But nobody
Yeah.
used iPad before. They would very oblivious about iPad.
Yeah.
For me, I'm also a very tech savvy person. So like, if I have like issues, I can literally go to device managers or like literally go into registry, do some coding to like fix a lot of things. I know like not a lot of people actually know how to do that shit. So yeah, when I say like tech savvy, I mean like that level.
Mhm.
For Apple, everything is just, one swipe away. Like even like the most like tech savvy Apple things, if you actually know how to navigate through Apple, it's actually super easy to access. Like phone have this thing called like a debug mode, like all Android phone can. If you actually learn a little bit about it, you can actually go into debug mode and then do lots of things. But obviously you shouldn't do that, unless you're a content creator like me. I'm actually using my phone as a webcam. So I have to like use the debug mode, do a little bit this and that, other stuff. I do quite a lot of things.
Mm.
But again, like this is like the fact that, to be honest, when the kids come to my stream, it's already a big no-no for them. It's like, I'm a man with a potty mouth. Like, why are kids here? Like the YouTube recommended system is kind of shoddy. Sometimes.
YouTube algo is in is in, I would say, in a very bad
they
shape
are
right now.
monitoring every word I said, so they shouldn't actually recommended my stream to kids in the first place. You know, it's like
true.
that kids can go into my stream. I think the parent is already have some issues. Like, how is my content like kids friendly? I'm the most potty mouth person in the world when it comes to speaking English. I guess it's kind of like because I'm Malaysians. If you guys don't know, Malaysian have a very potty mouth too.
Yeah, I would agree to that.
We are potty mouth by nature. This is because we watch too many movie and stuff and pop culture things, and then we kind of like use it as normal language.
Yep.
So it's like different culture, like different way of speaking. Especially when I start to use my Malaysian English accent, I can just say fucking shit a lot, and then people just laugh at it because it's just Asian saying it, not actual English person saying it.
You know, to be honest, right? It's very funny because when I was in streaming mode, it is much harder for me to use back my Malaysian accent. Like I just somehow couldn't switch it back. Like even though I want to, literally right now, I want to use my Malaysia accent, I just couldn't like make it in front. Like I don't know, I just somehow can't.
Basically that is just a camera voice. For me, it's like my Malaysian accents. I actually practice it and then like learn how to speak Malaysian accent. I did not know how to speak like Malaysian even at the very beginning. I actually gradually learned.
Yeah, but for me, it's like, oh my god. Normally, I could speak like very long without any issues, but like my lips is really bad shape today, because if you have a cracked lips before, you will understand.
Yeah,
like if you just
I understand that
yeah,
too.
spread mouth, even if you smile a little bit, you know, I was smiling so weirdly today because my lips were so painful whenever I smile.
I know,
Like
right?
the crack is like fuck up.
This is a very enjoyable conversation, to be honest, in many cases. So yeah, like it tends to be a little bit out of character. It's going to be happen.
Yeah,
But either way, yeah, it's a long time we haven't hang out like this.
true.
Yeah, I still remember like back in the days that we still playing like X Hero Siege.
Oh yeah, for
The entire
context,
fucking
like
day,
we have been
morning to night.
Just for context for everyone that's listening in, like we knew each other for more than 20 years, by the way. So that's we go way back.
Yeah, essentially, like if you're going to say like if people have natural synergies, we could like match up each other like very easily.
Yeah,
especially in conversations wise, because we know our own, like everyone have like a little bit of like the habit thingy going on. It's really easily to do it. And yeah, sometimes might be a little bit awkward because like again, haven't chat for a very long time, and also we don't use English to conversations.
Well, back then, yeah, we don't really use English. Normally we just use Chinese.
Or Cantonese. Technically, we almost like solely use Cantonese.
Almost Cantonese, yeah, almost Cantonese.
And that's the thing is like Chinese is for like public interactions only. Cantonese is for bro.
yeah. To be honest, right? For people that doesn't really know Cantonese, if you know how a Cantonese person like speaks, even in Hong Kong or in Malaysia, that you are a frequent Cantonese speakers, you normally speaks like a gangster.
Actually, there's a lot of refined Cantonese people. It's just we use it that way because we watch Zhao Xingqi. Okay.
There's a lot of Cantonese speakers does speaks like a gangster, but it's part of the charm of the language. To be honest, it can be a very poetic accent. I mean, a dialect, but it could also be a very vulgar dialect.
Yeah, it's basically like that's the thing. It's like I guess like when I have like slightly deeper voice, it didn't like surprise you. Is because like when I speak Cantonese, my voice is also deepened in the first place too. So like you don't really like surprise it because when I speak Chinese, I sound a little bit pathetic. Because like I tend to height up my pitch when I speak Chinese to kind of like maintain a little bit of the facade. I'm still fucking young.
No, imagine this. Like I'm a Chinese myself and I couldn't pronounce like Mandarin correctly. I could pronounce English words more correctly than my Chinese, to be honest.
For me, here's the thing. Like I don't know that you have that trait too. It's like, do you kind of realize that when you speak different language, your tone of speaking is a little bit different?
Yeah, definitely, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So that's why like I learned how to bring my Chinese word and mix it into my English. So I sound like this right now is because I bring my Chinese language like energy to my English. Else actually I just normally sound like this. This is normally how I speak. This is why I can immediately switch it off very easily.
For me, I couldn't. For me, because maybe I've been trained like in a way that when I speak English, I am speaking to an audience where I need to not perfect, but at least I have to be very good pronunciation wise, so that the other parties know I'm talking about. Because we are talking to maybe people from the UK, people from the Europe, so that's why I like it's something that I had to do.
Yeah, like when it comes to like English word, generally it's just like going to be you just have to like speak like good English and then people can understand you. But trust me, like if you go full Malaysian dialect, it's still fine. The reason is like, for streaming, I mean, is like generally people like accents, and Malaysian accent is actually quite funny. Like by
to be
default.
honest, right? It's like what I mentioned.
You have to blame Uncle Rogers to kind of like just make Malaysian accents funny, and even Stephen He. Technically, one funny thing is like a lot of people call him Stephen He. In reality, his name is called Stephen He.
He. Yeah. That would like if you are pronouncing in Chinese, HE is supposed to be sounds like he instead of he. He is like HI.
So yeah, and again, like, oh, by the way, like, maybe like this as a bonus point, like, I guess like this is like the first ever time you actually hear me like speaking English in my actual like voice.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, it's oddly deep, right? It's like I'm trying to sound sexy.
Yeah. No. It's more like I'm still like getting used to it, but it's not weird or something. I think it sounds fine. It's yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, I haven't used this voice my entire life, but I actually sound like this.
Mm-hmm.
Because, like, my family. They kind of like, if I sound like this, they would say, like, I try to act sexy. So, in my family face, like, normally, even, like, in public, I still talk like this in public, is because, like, they still kind of, like, have the image that I'm so young. I'm still that baby. So when I kind of like not using that voice and sounds like this, they would just think like, "Oh, this guy is just pretending." Like, and nobody sounds like that. I'd be like, "No, this is how it normally sounds." I grew up a long time ago. Puberty's already ended. I always have like a very deep voice. Actually, not like very deep voice. It's like the voice itself has already been like matured a long time ago.
Yep.
And I never sound like that in anyone's faces. Even like when I kind of like talk to you in real life, I still use my higher pitch because I'm actually afraid of people like just think that, oh, you just lower your voice to sound. It sounds mature.
Yeah, people will be people will just think sometimes if you speak out of your usual way, people will just think like you're acting like for what like why are you acting or like why are you doing this? But normally sometimes like me, if you do know me in maybe you have been knowing me for a long time but you haven't listened to me speaking English, you might feel that the way that I speak now is a very performative kind of a voice, but this is actually how I speak when I even like meeting with clients and some of my friends as well, to be honest.
Yeah, there's a lot of things like Malaysian like speech and voice kind of things. But yeah, for me it's like I've been like masking, like I've been pretending not this like is not my actual voice for so long that I kind of like can just flip flop into like the higher energy that this kind of like speech. I've been using it for my entire life. That this essentially is my default voice, but my default voice is actually sounding this a long time ago, but I never use it.
Yeah, that's good.
To the point that here's the thing, like my chat and audience, they love this voice.
Oh, of course, it sounds so sexy.
Yeah, that's the thing. So it's not even like the way I speak. Like essentially, it's the same voice. It's just that I'm much more relaxed when I speak in this. Pronunciation is much more easier because this particular voice is made for speaking English. Not made for speaking English. It's like because I'm way more relaxed, I'm not trying to like push out a higher pitch. So I kind of like can pronounce it better. I can speak better. Like generally, like I guess like even I was not truly aware that I've been like stressing my vocal cord just to talk most of the time because I so used to squeeze my vocal cord just to sound like how I usually sound like. So the moment I relax, just relax a little bit, or like get a little bit sick, or just woke up or something like that, and this is normally how I sound like. And then I just have to like push more energy into my voice, and then I just immediately sound like this. It's just add on more energy into it. But I've been recently slowly losing this voice. Yes, this particular voice. Because I'm not really sure. It's because, and maybe it's because I'm getting older.
All ages, of course.
Yeah. Like I think like my vocal cord is like, I've been like stressing my vocal cord to sound like that for a very long time. My voice are slowly getting harder and harder to control. And I do have to like let people know like this is actually my voice and like more or less in the futures. Because like it's hard to like just push out that voice. Like if I'm not careful, like this voice would just leak out. It's funny things like for lots of people in content creations or like streaming and the other stuff, they would actually like they purposefully lower their voice to sound more sexy or sound more matured. I did the opposite. I heightened my voice to sound more younger. It's because like that's the thing. It's like this VTuber motherfucker face is like you look at this like you would think like he's on the younger 20s or like he's like on the older like younger side of the characters, right? So if I sounds like the low voice characters, like does this face even match up with that voice?
Yeah. No, one of the reasons that I don't really like to use avatar like on VTubing, one of the reasons is because I can't fully express myself with an avatar for me. So I'm not saying like anything. It's just not how like not my style. Like using an avatar is just like very. I feel like it's not comfortable for me.
Yeah, kind of like stuck in this like kind of image that I used to sound like this, a very energetic kind of anime guy, you know. I'm an anime man.
I can't do that for sure. I definitely can't do that.
Yeah, this is why like it's kind of like I can just switch immediately to the point that like some people think like, oh, are you like a professional voice actors? Like I try to be one, but I can't. Either way. Alright then, that will be like the end of the stream. There's still like lots of things we can kind of do, but we can catch them next week. Either way.
Yeah, definitely.
Thank you very much for watching, and if you guys kind of already know, like the rest of the description stuff that we have here, I do everything myself, like all the art, all the background, all this and that other stuff, even editing. So if you guys appreciate what I do, you can try to like support me a little bit. Go to Drone, find some stuff. I use Drone in a very different way. I put a project, and then like if anyone want to sponsor that project, you can kind of like pay me that way, because I'm doing a community sponsor stuff, a lots of things. And if you just want to give me money, yay! If you're rich. If you're not rich, don't. Just go to my Ko-Fi, okay? And remember, here's the rest of like the descriptions on my guest, and take a look into it. I'm not sure when he's going to like. You don't need to point lots of things. I'm not sure where I'm going to point it. Put it in there. Anyway, yeah, there's so many other stuff that is going to like start up with this particular videos, I guess. Maybe next time when we do it, we can do it live. You know, like the phone you see in the middle one is supposed to be your chat.
Oh yeah, no problem.
So yeah, if we can like just like hang out live and doing shit and stuff, yada yada stuff, yeah, we can do that thing.
Sure.
So as always,
happy to be here.
Stay healthy, stay safe. Until next time, stay tuned.
Bye.
On the next cast. Bye-bye.
Bye.